Alright, so all of the things you need to do to make your life easier with this and that, okay, we're going to go over in this video. Like I said, this manual gives you some information, but not a lot. First thing you do, charge the battery in this, get it running, okay, and get used to the controls and go through and look at all the different settings and things. Then, the most important thing to do next is take your cell phone, scan the thing, download the app for this device. Okay? That's the first biggest mistake I made, is not having the app. Because get the app and use your phone to control, you take it to the range, you turn this thing on, and use the app to control the device, and your life will be a lot easier. Okay? And there's things about the app no one tells you. Try to zoom in here. Get it on your phone and see it finds a device and all that other stuff. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see devices, strings, armory, settings. Okay? Go to Armory, and in Armory I list these different guns. Now you have to preload this into your phone. So in other words, I had a gun, Spanish FR7, so I put that gun in there. Then what you'd have to do is you have two things there. You have firearms and you have projectiles. You would go to the projectile page, and then you list each individual bullet in there, like that. Okay? So, once you load, say, 150 grain full metal jacket bullet, you loaded the gun and the firearms. Then you would go to strings, and the strings are all loaded here. All the information is in there and all that other fun stuff. But what you would do is turn the unit on, have it set up, and then to manipulate it with the phone, there's a little plus up in the corner there, and it gives you this page. And you put all your information in, and you can edit it at the top. Like you could put the caliber, all that, there's a date there and all this other stuff. But you can edit this, then you select all the things from the menu, device, firearm, projectile, notes, and this is where I put in like the powder charge and all this other stuff. And then when you hit the yellow thing there, start string, the machine automatically starts the string. You fire, it records it. From your phone, you get out, and the string is automatically downloaded on your phone. Okay? So that ends a whole lot of problems right there. I got all the information there. The phone takes the temperature, all this other stuff, and and then you can go and get the dope, and it tells you the bullet drop and all this other wonderful stuff. But you got to learn how to use the app, and you got to add information to the app, because I don't think this will work unless you select something for a projectile firearm. Okay, and you can edit at the top. You can edit, instead of like string 1 or whatever, you can put in the caliber and say, I can just put down how you want to remember that string or information. And in the notes, you can go back and let me make sure. You can open one of these projectile firearms, view shot, notes. Is there a edit? You can edit the notes. that's about it. Make sure you put it in there. You can put notes in there, so if there's a correction or an issue or something, you can do it. But you can't, once the string's in, you can, I think you can delete them. No, it doesn't look like I can delete the strings. So yes, all of that will have to be done. If you have an erroneous thing, when you're in the string on the phone, delete it there. Okay, see, this is what I mean. It's you just got to get used to it. And then that solves a ton of headaches. I have my strings, like I say, 308 Winchester, 150 grain full metal jacket, the powder charge, and the powder. How I get this off the phone and store it on something else, I don't know yet, but it's here. And I forget how many you can store on there in your account. So you have to open an account, all that other stuff, and settings, you know, user manual is in there. Oh, that's wonderful. But I think all it is just that on the website. Alright, so that is... Alright, so first issue, getting the app, putting the information in, and learning to use that, and your life becomes a lot easier with it. You know, I was one. I don't like running things through my phone, but you have to. And I still haven't figured out how to get the stuff on there. So, sound and this critical thing of aiming. I do not like this remote recoil trigger. Okay, now if you're going to an indoor range or something, you have to get used to it. And like I showed in the video there, the last one, there was somebody shooting next to me, but the sound was not triggering it. So an earthen berm, even though he's banging, it does not affect this device. So this device, and also many others, somebody kept telling me that he couldn't get the thing to register, that he couldn't, he sent it back to the factory, they sent it back. He still can't get it to work. Alright, so first is the sight and the little peephole, okay? Which kind of shows you what you want is a clear picture. If it's a little blurry or like the front of this and that, if you're cocked, looking at it not straight, you won't see a clear round hole. You'll see something a little fuzzy or like a, you know. So the best way to do this is you have your adjustments down here. And this thing is kind of flimsy. So you back that little switch up here, and this is what locks it in place. So what you would do when you go to aim this is you would loosen this enough to where, and you know, because if you go all the way, the thing will just flop over to where, like here, it's got a little bit of tension and you can rock it. What you do is sit at the bench. You have your target out, and I thought maybe it had to be 100, but no, 50. You grasp this unit with two hands. As you see, this is problematic for me. But you get it with two hands, and you got to get close. That's another thing. You got to get close, and then what you do is you focus to where you get that clear, like now I'm not getting it clear. You got to move your head, get it to where you have that clear, unadulterated opening. And then once you do that with two hands, you take this and line that up and get your target in the center. I use two hands as best I can. And then make sure you got the clear. Clear opening. Rotate it around, get the target in the center, and then lock this. Okay? Once you've done that, then I'm going to show you, I'll get a rifle here and show you basically how you should set this up in terms of the relationship to the firearm and the unit. Now this is just an example. You should have the unit anywhere, I think 5 to so many inches back, about 5-6 inches. It's a little more. And you would want this firearm, they say, as close as you can. Now, why is that? I believe because then when this thing generates the wave out, you already have the rifle barrel in the field where the radar is. Okay? And then once you fire, it'll read. And also, there's them 3 little bars, if you look. I'll show that to you. And I think that has something to do with telling you how well it is. Aiming this thing's a pain, but then you got to remember to kind of keep this thing in a position like this is what's recommended. Now I think some of the issues were I was too far away like this from the device. I may not have been all the way out there, or if you're askew and shooting it's that and not breaking it, and or this is not, you know, lined up with the target. There's several things here that can throw you off, and it's kind of a pain, but it does work once you do that. It takes some getting used to. And I've heard people complain about Garmin's doing the same thing. They will drop a shot or something, and I think it's a matter of, you know, once you break that alignment. So they said as close as you can to the unit, so many, you know, farther back. It's easier to do with a rifle. Handgun I'll do some more work with. But now we'll go over and I'll show you something in the string. Something in the controller. Alright, I got the unit powered up. And looking at the screen, you got it lined up and you start shooting. And you see these 3 little bars here? I noticed when I was having problems, when I take a shot, only one of them bars would get lit up. And I think that's the strength of the signal. And when it was working real good, I was getting 2. And I think what you got to do is adjust your positioning of the unit or that until when you fire a shot, you get 3 bars. These 3 bars will be lit up green right here. I think that's critical. That means that you're lined up good and you're getting a good solid reading, because when I was only getting 1 of those, that's when I'd have the trouble, I'd miss shots, everything else, if I moved the position of the firearm or something. So that's something I think, that's what I believe it is. I'm not sure, okay, but I noticed when those bars were lit up more, the better the readings. Alright, so that's what I've learned this far. Okay, there's more for me to do with this, and I believe once I take the time to learn how to use this thing should be okay. I still don't know, like I said, about when it just stopped reading. Of course, that was not using the phone. When you use the phone, this thing functions. You know, you control it from the phone, and it works pretty good. So in the advertisements, when they tell you it's simple to use, I'm going to have to disagree with that. It's a bit confusing, maybe I haven't looked in the right place or tried to acquire the correct information. I wish there was a more detailed guide on this device, and instead of saying you can run it with your phone, you should say it's best if you run this device with your phone controlling it, because it works a lot better and easier. You got to preload stuff in there, because I can't remember if it says that the rifle and the bullet are required in order when you go through the phone to get it, because you, like I said, you have to preload the gun, the bullet, and everything else before you get out to the range. You know, you go through the app and put it in your account. That's something I didn't know. But yes, I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to work with this. I got some more reloads coming up here in a few weeks. I think it's going to rain next week, so I'm going to load up some strings and we'll go out again with this device and see, you know, how well I can manipulate it and get the information I need. All of these radar devices are finicky. Somebody told me if you have somebody shooting close to you, like say you're at 100 yards, and I don't know how wide the beam is, and someone's shooting at a target close to you, it could trip this device or interfere or something like that. You know, it could read somebody else's bullet passing through your thing. I'm not quite sure, but that's what I've heard, and I don't feel bad. Several people have told me that they, you know, have issues with this particular unit, and I've seen videos where people have had some issues with other units, okay, not just this one. A lot of criticism on this device also, but I'm not going to give up on it. It's too expensive of a unit just to get PO'd and just say, you know, the hell with it. No. I'm going to go out and see if this works. And like I said, you know, the price difference, okay, it's kind of going to get used to it. But those of you, the person that put the comment out there, you know, and I mean, it is difficult, this sight thing. I just got it that day. It was like I got my face up there, it was clear, and I just slowly rocked it until it was in center. It was a total clear little window. I couldn't get it now. I tried pointing on the wall. I couldn't get it quite to line up. But, and like I said, look at them bars, okay? And I didn't realize you have to keep the firearm fairly close to this. Now there's no big deal about it because the blast is all forward, unlike the other ones where, you know, if you don't get the distance right or something, the blast, and I think that's what does in those plastic units is over time, the repeated shock waves just wears on them, or maybe the electronics in them just burns up. But that's my take on this. I hope it helps you guys. I hope it explains some things. And yeah, I'm going to go use this here shortly again. And I'll give you more info and more input as we go, as I use this product. Alright. Thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.